Okay, so welcome back. So just before we finish this up, the answer to question number 21 is 6. And I want you to see how 2 over 6 is actually 1 over 3. So it's the same as writing 1 over 3 here, and it will give you that answer. If you struggled with this one, don't worry about it. We are moving on to multiplication. So, the multiplication that you had yesterday was also multiplying whole numbers by a fraction. And remember, we said we just added denominator that doesn't exist, but we know it's not going to change the value of my number. So 3 times 3 is 9, and 8 times 1 is 8, and this becomes 1 over 8. This becomes 25 over 6, and you can't reduce it anymore, and so on. Okay? Do I have to use counters to do it? No, you don't, so that's okay. Let's do number 13 together. What fraction of April is taken up by non-holiday weekends? So we got 2/3 of them are school days, 1/10 are holidays. So the non-holiday weekends, you need to figure it out. So if we know 2/3 are school days, then this whole thing here is 1/3, right? So all we need to do is we need to find what's 1/10 of 1/3. And remember, I don't know if I mentioned this to you at the beginning of the year when we did multiplication. When you see the word of, it's always multiplication. So we need to find, well, how much is a 1/10 of a third? So 1/10 of a third would be 1 over 30. So this is actually 1 over 30. So therefore, the leftover is going to be 29 over 30. And that's how many days are non-holiday weekends in April. Okay, moving on to the day's work, you have more practice with addition, multiplication, and yeah, it's mainly addition and multiplication and playing around with those. And then you have your mid-chapter review today as well. So I want you to do the mid-chapter review, which is the practice questions. And then we're going to move on also to your next task, which is also practicing subtraction, but this time they're asking you to use grid paper. And remember when I told you last time you could have used the grid paper for the strips. So now grid paper, like I showed you before, it acts like a strip. So if they're giving you a division or a fraction that is 1 over 3, I would get 3 of those grid boxes, and I would color 1, and that would be 1 over 3. So I have 3 boxes, and I color 1, and that shows the fraction 1 over 3, and so on. Okay, so if multiplying 1 over 3 times 3, that means I need to draw 3 of those, right? Because I have 3 times 1 over 3, which makes it 3 strips, and each one of them has a 1 over 3. So overall, I have 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3 for 9, which is also 1 over 3. And if we do our multiplication, is a 1. So it makes a 1 over 3 of the whole thing. But if you put them all together, this piece and that piece here, you see that you get one full strip, which is actually 3 over 3, which is a 1 full strip. Okay, makes sense? So take that out. It's going to confuse you. Don't worry about it. So there you go. So you collect all those thirds together, and this is how you got one full strip by bringing them back here, and I just erased them. Here we go. Okay, so good luck in those pages, and we'll take it up together tomorrow. Enjoy working. That's the math. I also want you guys to take a look at the other stuff I posted today, so you know everything that's expected of you today. So you have the French work, And the French work is actually a video. It's called La Mode Évolue, and it's about fashion of wedding dresses. So what you need to do is you need to open the video, watch the video, and I want to show you a little trick in that video that can help you understand. When you play the video,
Saviez-vous que la
like
robe de
that,
mariée était à l'origine?
at the bottom, there is a CC button at the bottom of that video. If you click on it, it will turn on the caption. So you're going to be able to see the French subtitles when the video is playing. So that will enable you to better understand the video. And when you're done, there are questions that I posted on the Google Classroom. So listen to the video and watch it as many times as you need to, and then go back to the Google Classroom and in the Turnitin tab with the question where you can answer the question, just choose the correct answer. They're all multiple choice and they're ready for you here. Again, people are still asking the same question. Do I have to do it on our class and on the other Google Classroom? And the answer is no. Pick one that you do. I am posting on the other class because Mr. Capri's class have no access to our Google Classroom. So I'm just giving them access to those questions. Okay. So you're going to do your math that I just showed you. And I uploaded the PDF under the mathematics tab. You're going to do the French that I showed you. Then you have language work for today. So you go down under the language tab and you're going to see day 4, March 26. Click on that. And you have an article that's attached. It says, should video games be a school sport? Read the article. And then after you read the article, you're going to listen to this radio piece that's in the link, in the instructions. All the links are there. And it says, listen to this radio piece from NPR. And I have the link right there for you. All you have to do is click on it, about a high school esport team. Using information from the article and the radio clip, write an opinion piece for your school newspaper arguing for or against establishing an esports team at your school. So you're going to create a Google Doc. You're going to create that opinion. Usually you guys ask a paragraph that's at least 7 to 8 sentences, no more than 10 sentences, please. Make sure your ideas are concise and you're not writing unnecessary words or unnecessary sentences. Number 2, in the same Google Doc, you're going to watch the next video and you're going to travel to Seoul, which is the capital of South Korea, and you're going to write a diary entry of a day living in there and your schedule. And it says include any training sessions or competitions you may have and how you feel about the video games being a sport. So in the same Google Doc, don't create a separate Google Doc for that. One Google Doc that has part A or part 1 for the radio opinion paragraph, and number 2 for your diary entry. Okay. So last but not least, your science work. So I posted here, you're building a structure. So today's science work is really an activity. And you're going to look at the instructions right here. It says build a textbook holder. And you don't need any sophisticated material. It's everything that you have at home. So read the instructions. And if you can, take a picture of your structure and post it on Google Classroom for us so that we can all see what you built. So have fun, build it, get somebody to help you if you need help, take a picture, and let's share together what we've built. Okay? All right, so that's your work for today. Have fun, and let me know if you have any questions.